Your first name is Michael.
You read up on Wikipedia.
What? Stop.
I don't feel called specifically to church people.
I watched your new video for My Light.
Come on.
He's playing the piano, and I watched it multiple times, and I don't think that you have a hand double. I think it's actually legit.
It's me.
You know how to play piano.
Those are my hands.
Do you realize that you are like one of the elite 1% that actually stuck with piano lessons? And you're actually doing something with it.
Man, I know. It's a small percentage of us. We got to stick together.
I got to know. I think that a whole bunch of mamas want to know, how do I keep my kid in piano lessons?
Sad truth.
Okay.
I took piano lessons for like 6 or 7 years, and then I thought I knew it all, right?
Well,
so I
I mean,
stopped
we do
taking
that.
piano lessons, and I wish I would have stuck with it. So I do this as a living.
Yeah.
And I still wish I would have stuck with piano lessons.
Do you feel like you need piano lessons?
Yeah, like I don't read music that well. I play by ear.
Yeah.
Like I know my way around a piano. I can
Okay.
like figure it out. But if I have to communicate what I'm doing,
Yeah.
game over.
Well, it looks very cool.
Well, that's
It
good. That's what
sounds very
what counts,
cool.
I guess.
I mean, it's the whole vibe. You sitting in front of the piano, singing your songs.
Thank you.
Tell me the story real quickly of My Light.
Yeah.
Where did this come from? How did this come about?
Yeah, so actually got to work with the same team that wrote Build a Boat with me. They're from Sweden, which is so crazy, really unconventional way to write a song, overseas. But we did it, and Build a Boat went well for us, and so we're like, hey, let's try it again and see what happens. And we landed on My Light, which comes from Psalm 119. It says that God's word is a lamp unto our feet, a light unto our path. So it's just a great reminder, especially in the times that we're in right now. Like we have a really great tool available to us. We should use it. So it's just that reminder.
I think there's 6 of you on this songwriting team, which,
That's right.
by the way, congratulations, nominated for
Thank you.
GMA Song of the Year.
It's wild. It's wild.
6 people on those writing credits. Forgive my ignorance. I kind of picture people that are writing songs, and they've got like this moody day, and they're sitting down with a notebook, and there's like rain on the window, and they're putting their feelings out, and they're like, la, la, la. And it just comes out like 6 people feels like there's a lot of decision makers.
Yeah.
How does that all play into writing a song with all of those people?
I think this is a great question. Yeah, a lot of people think it's like, all right, I've got my notepad or my phone, and I'm typing lyrics and at a piano, and that might be the way a song starts. Like I might get an idea that way, but I love writing in groups of people. It's normally 3s, myself and 2 other people.
Okay.
However, this was a lot more than that. I feel like songwriting has, like the amount of people on a song has grown over time.
Are there like discussions? Is that a polite way of saying like
Friendly discussions?
It's gonna be like this.
Absolutely.
Really?
And every once in a while, like someone feels really strong about something.
Yeah.
But it's pretty rare. It's rare enough to make me as an artist go, man, if they have that type of, conviction about a certain direction, maybe we should stop and listen. Like, what's the reasoning? What's making you think this over this?
Right.
And you try your best to have a civil conversation about it. Every once in a while, I'm like, y'all aren't having to sing this every night. We're going to go with this. Yeah.
Okay, I would feel like I would pull the artist card. Like,
I try
love
not to do that.
energy. I'm going to do it this way.
Yeah. If it's a note, if it's like a high note, I'm like,
Okay.
we don't need to do this.
Yeah, that's not
And y'all
my
ain't having to sing
range.
this every night. Yeah. We're not going to do this.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've experienced this in life, but when there is something that God puts on my heart that he's teaching me, that I'm speaking about, that I'm writing about for my own personal, it seems to be that theme as I'm speaking to other people about it, that God uses that to refine me. And all of a sudden I'm like, oh gosh, that's exactly what God is walking me through.
Yep.
So Build a Boat is a story about faith.
Yes.
Have you experienced, maybe as you've been singing the song about faith, that God has been challenging you in new and different places, even about your own faith?
Well, your faith isn't going to grow until it's tested. Everyone would I think naively think like, oh man, like I would love to just be in a good place all the time. It's like, well, then you're going to remain stagnant in your faith, right? It's never going to have the opportunity to stretch. And I think it's in the uncomfortable places that God really grows you and does something special in your life. And because you have to be completely reliant on him. And that's not a fun place to be, but it's okay. Because he promised good things. He said he would prosper us, not harm us, give us hope in a future. So with a song like Build a Boat, First of all, I have loved singing this with all of you every night. It is my favorite part of the night, just because the part of the show, like we like to have a good time when we play. Like we're headbanging, we're all over the stage, but that's the moment where the show no longer matters and people are like, this is the song that maybe brought you to the show, but these are the words that I'm standing on right now. And I want other people around me to join together, and we're in this together. So I love that. But you're right. When you write a song, sometimes God uses those words to refine yourself. And this year has been a really stretching year, even just balancing family and the road. And when a song does well at radio, it means, you know, people want to come to your shows.
Get out there,
and so,
tour.
This has probably been the busiest year of my career. I'm thankful that my wife believes in what I do, and we both kind of got the same thing this year. It's like, it's go time. Like, let's go make it a busy year, but people need to come into the room. We need to sing this together. So even just learning how to balance the road and family has been something that I know I feel called to this, and I'm believing that God knows what he's doing. And even in the times where I feel sad or I miss my family, I'm reminded that no, God has me here for a purpose and a reason, and he'll redeem the time. So.
Well, speaking of busy, not just your work and your art, but you got 3-year-old twin daughters that just celebrated their birth. 3.
They did.
You're running.
I know. We are running all the time. It's so much fun. It's busy, but it's so much fun.
Okay, Dior in Athens.
Yes, that's right.
I feel already there's personality that you just bestowed upon them with those names.
Oh, man.
Tell me like a funny story. Like, what are they doing? They're 3 years old. Are they saying like awful things to people in public? And you're like, please don't say that. What are they doing right now that's making...
Thank goodness. Okay. No. They're little sweethearts. I think God was like, I gave them 2. We'll make them sweet. No, they're great. What's funny is Athens means strong and courageous. Dior means golden. They totally live up to their names.
Okay.
Athens is just so dedicated, so she's just going to do what she sets her mind to, and whether it's putting the little magnet tiles together or, you know, whatever. She's in the zone. She's making it happen. And Dior is a little ray of sunshine. She brings you all of her toys, and it's a big group effort, and she's social butterfly, you know, whatever. It's just so funny, the differences that they have, even as identical twins. You have to remember they're different people.
It's interesting that you talk about names, and the name that you've given your daughters, how they are kind of becoming into that.
Yeah, big time.
But your first name is Michael.
That's true.
And not Cole. What does Michael mean?
You read up on Wikipedia.
What? Stop. Is that correct? Was Wikipedia correct?
That is correct.
All right.
My dad's name is Michael as well, so I'm technically the second.
Junior.
Junior
Dixon.
I know, little Michael. I've gone by Colton, my middle name, my whole life. Dior's the same way. Her first name's Ava, but we call her Dior. And I'm not sure. I think it was just passing on the name for my parents, but they always loved Colton. I
just want to be able to say your beginning of the Caleb Fan Awards, that feels like a very unofficial, the opening, that's what it's called. The beginning of the Caleb Fan Awards, it's like a brand new, was amazing. If you guys haven't seen that, YouTube the Caleb Fan Awards, you open the show.
And we were honored to do so. Crazy that you asked us to do so. We loved it.
It was me. I asked.
I don't know any different, so you can take all the credit.
But you opened with Gabby Barrett.
Man,
What's that connection? How did that happen?
Well, my wife and I watched her and her husband on American Idol. Ironic, I know, but we did.
You know, it's a family affair.
So they met on Idol. They both made the top 10 and wound up getting married after the show. Come on, it's amazing. What a story. But actually had never met her. Her name came up as we were talking about who we possibly could get to jump on the song. We knew we would love to have someone else just take it to the next level. And I was thinking, there's no way we're going to get Gabby Barrett. But hey, we can make the ask, right?
I love those stories. There's no way.
And she replied and said, oh my gosh, I love this song. Would love to. Actually already have it on my playlist. Would be honored to jump on the song. And I'm like, this is crazy. What is life? And she is unbelievable. I so admire her for the way she walks out her faith, even in a mainstream market. She just does it really well. So honored to have her. She killed it at the Fan Awards.
You both did.
Thank you.
That was a great entry.
Much. Thank you.
Entry again. It's like I don't know how to say it. The opening number. Colton Dixon at the Caleb Fan Awards. Speaking of industries, within CCM, or the Christian radio industry, Christian music, where does Colton Dixon fit? Like, how would you say this is my niche of who Colton Dixon is in the landscape?
Wow, I think that's a great question. I feel like I'm normally having these conversations with like label people, like we're trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
And honestly, still navigating.
Yeah.
I feel like I have always found myself left of center sonically. So the music that you get from me is maybe not going to sound like your typical Christian artist, but I'm okay with that. I think God's called me to a specific thing. What also might be maybe unique to my calling versus someone else's is I'm still figuring that out, how far to go, but I do know that faith will always be the center for me. I'm always going to sing and talk about faith no matter what the platform is. I'm always thankful to have a platform in Christian music, and it's home base for me. But now being with even a mainstream record label, it's just kind of opened the doors to maybe reach a little bit further than I've been able to in the past. And I'm really thankful for those opportunities because fact is, we all need Jesus, whether you go to church or not. And sometimes people don't know that yet, or they haven't come to that conclusion for themselves yet. And so I hope that my songs just deposit that question or that little bit of hope, just saying, hey, it's going to be okay. Here's the answer that I found. You're going to have to discover that for yourself, but maybe this song can help you get there. And I'm okay with being a little left of center in our format, though. I love it.
What an opportunity your music is, and it's blessed us tremendously. It's blessed me. I'll just say that personally. I really appreciate
so much.
it. Yeah.
Thank you.
I think about the faith that I
honored
want to
that
have.
you play it. Really am. Blows my mind.
Easy. Colton Dixon, thank you for being here. Thank you for your music.